Fight one of them, you fight all of them. Hey.
What's cracking, G? It's your boy Cooper. You already know my channel about love, life, and loyalty. And I got a little information piece, a little informative piece for y'all today. So I hope y'all enjoy it. Like, comment, subscribe.
They ain't let the GDs through the door, but they let Broner in.
With my show, with my content, with my channel, before we start with the video, I gotta let y'all know everything being used there, from the clips to the audio to even the references, and even, you know, sometimes the people's social media pages, this is all under fair use. I'm letting y'all know it's a fair use disclaimer. Everything used here is all under fair use law. Y'all can look it up. It's a fair use, fair use. I have to say it multiple times so YouTube won't strike me, companies won't strike me, and people will not try to sue me for just speaking on things that they put out there in the world. So just let y'all know, fair use. And that's all.
Hey, Vlad can go f himself, by the way, but we'll talk about that later.
Oh, really?
I'll get to that later.
Okay.
But anyway, so, and I said that. You know, I feel like Sharp probably should have watched that interview to realize that there's nothing you can say to me that's gonna take me off my square. At the end of the day, at that time, my objective was to go on Hot 97 to get my song played.
All right, y'all, so just got home. I wanted to put something out here for y'all, so I kind of went looking through the internet, seeing what I could find for y'all, and I found this interview where Masika, she was the chick I did a video on last time, where she gave Sharp from No Jumper that 2-piece in the combo. Not physically, I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like, she gave him that verbal judo, you know what I mean? Like, she was really on that with him. She actually made him look bad in a combat position versus her. Like, she really had them hands for him that day. So she's back on, and she's speaking on Vlad. As you can see in the beginning, she said Vlad can go F himself. And now she's about to speak on Charlamagne and how he used to be, because she got interviewed by them back when Charlamagne was the guy that'd be like, oh, I want to sniff a girl's seat. Like, he had a list of women he wanted to, you know, sniff their seats, and a bunch of other nasty stuff that I ain't even gonna repeat on here because I don't know how YouTube would take that. But yeah, we're just gonna watch this together.
So common to disrespect women, especially black women. And coming from black men, it's like, how dare you? And then watching Angelina just kind of sit there and,
she tried
you
to
know,
fight back at it a little bit, but she was kind of powerless.
Yeah, I mean, I get her position too, but like, you know, it's only so long that you can jump in the cage with buffoons. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if that's the reason why she branched off and decided to do her own thing or not, you know, but good for her. You know, DJ Envy, it's just, it's comical to me when I come somewhere that I've been invited to go on. And clearly, you know, as you know, you have to, even if you don't know who's coming, you have to do your research so that you know what to discuss, what to talk about. Even if you've never seen me before in your life, when I come in that chair, you know who I am.
Even like, you know how mortified I would be if I accidentally like said that you had a baby with somebody that you didn't have a baby with? Because that's how it starts. Is they're just like, oh, you have a baby with Young Berg. You're like, no, I don't. It's just like,
right.
I would be hella embarrassed if I did that, but they clearly like really didn't give a fuck.
Like they know that's not the case.
Right.
So they're hoping that happens for the big aha moment. And it's like, I already know that you're trying to do that, so I'm not gonna give it to you because, again, you're about to play my song.
Shout out Young Berg.
Huh?
Nothing wrong with having a baby with Young Berg.
I mean, hey, I don't have one, so I couldn't tell you.
Right. But like, to all the women who do.
I don't think he has any kids.
No? Well,
I don't think so. But, you know, I'm also not keeping up.
One day.
Hey, you know, it's a great thing.
I was supposed to interview Young Berg a long time ago. I should hit him up.
Sure.
Well, because he has a producer name now, too. I forget. He's like a big producer at this point.
Yeah.
Put some respect on Young Berg's name.
You can.
So you don't like him? Oh, shit. Okay, I just realized I walked in on somebody.
I have nothing to say.
All right. I don't think he's slick like he always think he's slick. He tried to, you know, go ahead and try to get her to go on a rant about Envy and Charlamagne, because Envy did say in that interview, yeah, you got a baby by Young Berg, which he was completely wrong, but that's no here, no there. That's something that happened in her past. But as y'all can see, she was like, oh, you know, shrug it off her shoulder, right? And then what he do now? He just randomly started talking about Young Berg, and he started pretending like, oh, he got some producer name. I'm not sure what it is. Come on, bro. We know you did your research, or whoever came and brought you a stack of paper saying, all right, I highlighted everything that you should know about this interview. So you know his name, but whatever. But yeah, you see how he tried to kind of like poke the bear and see if she was gonna disrespect him. But y'all, if y'all know Masika, bro, she ain't nothing to play with, bro. She not no goofy. So she shrugged it off her shoulder too. She said, all right, well, they ain't got nothing to do with me.
Pretty much, you know, without even being media trained, I know what I need to get done. I know how it needs to happen, and 9 times out of 10, I know how it's going to be portrayed.
That's one of my favorite things in the debates and stuff is when they ask them like a question and then they just don't answer the question. They just start talking about something completely different. Like that is an amazing skill.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I find myself on podcasts and I answer questions too literally, where I'm like actually answering the exact question that they asked me, and it kind of like,
which is great.
It's just because that's kind of how my brain works. But then meanwhile, like I could have took that question in any kind of, you know, you have to kind of go into any interview or any conversation thinking about like what you want to put out there.
Exactly.
Have some objectives in mind.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So at that time, my objective happened. And you know, the funny thing is like, I feel like people don't want to like me and then they accidentally like me. And you know, when I played the record I had at the time, it was my single called Underlay featuring Fetty Wap, obviously. Mm-hmm. And it's just it feels so weird calling them that. And you know, at that time, it was like 2016, I want to say. And you know, that was his big year. He did the big one. You know, he was you couldn't turn on the radio without hearing him. He was obviously one of the hottest artists of the year. So when we played the record, they wanted to hate it so bad. And I just remember the look on their faces like, I mean, we don't hate it. It's not bad. And the funniest thing is like, you're both huge fans of Fetty Wap, huge. Especially you, DJ Penny, which is what I was calling him because he pretended like he couldn't pronounce my name. You know my name. You've said it 10 times. You probably said it in your sleep. You know my name. So, you know, and he like, I knew how much of a fan he was of him at the time. So when I played the record, the song starts with Fetty Wap. It doesn't start with me. So before I even came on, they were like, I mean, it's decent. I mean, I said, that's how I know you're a hater. You didn't even listen because you haven't even heard me say a word yet.
I know y'all want me to let the video finish playing, but I just gotta, you know, admit why I'm wrong. I said that she's very well media trained. She just sat there at the beginning of this clip and said that she's not media trained. So that's even better. That means she a gangster. She a gangster. That's somebody that said I wasn't even in that type of world and I mastered it. That's a gangster. I gotta get her straight cred. Like I'm listening to her like I'm chilling with her right now. Like, man, this auntie right here, man. But yeah, like, man, y'all, how could you hate her? The only way you hate a person like this is because you wish you can be as strong as that, or maybe you knew her in real life and she did something to you. You could hate somebody for real reason. I'm just saying, me personally watching this, I see why people like find it hard to interview her, because if you play with her, she gonna play with you back, and she probably might make you look crazy like she did Sharp.
By the end of the interview, I don't know if you watched it to the end, when I got up, Charlamagne sniffed my chair like a weirdo.
Oh, I didn't watch like the last 10 or 15 minutes, but
it was like, I love you, because nothing you did could break me.
He used to do that a bit, I think.
It was weird.
And that was, I think he stopped doing that at a certain point, yeah. Like, I'm all about offensive jokes, but definitely I feel like when the girl isn't putting her out there to be like in an explicitly sexual role, that kind of stuff comes off weird.
Exactly. You know? It does come off weird. And then, you know, we all have jobs to do. But for two married men to be talking to someone like that is just weird.
There y'all go. See, me, at that time when Charlamagne did that, I think I was like 19, just turned 20 years old. So I definitely remember that interview. I was real big into watching The Breakfast Club, and I'll name this podcast later, which was the Joe Budden podcast, before he figured out a name for his podcast. So I remember that. But man, you know, sometimes, not sometimes, but a lot of times, a lot of people that you like, you might not know how deep they past go. And that's what it was with Charlamagne. Charlamagne in the face of mental health, mental wellness, and, you know, taking care of our people and being a family man and loving your family, take care of your daughters, your sons, your mothers, your cousins. He about the taking care of your lineage. But the old Charlamagne, he was striving to be Howard Stern. He even said that before. He wanted to be a shock jock like Howard Stern. Howard Stern used to do a lot on his shows that I'm not gonna speak on, because like I said, man, I'm trying to do right by this YouTube, man. But yeah, man, those of you that made it this far, I truly appreciate y'all, you know, sitting with me, politicking with me, having this meet. But it's your boy Cooper. My channel about love, life, and loyalty. And some of my homies say knowledge, wisdom, understanding. I'll catch you on the next one.